Welcome to our Getting to Know Our Church members, and with me today I have Lola Bailey, and we're having a conversation with each of her because it's Black History Month and it's really important to get to know our members. Lola, it's great to be with you. Thank you for inviting me round your table. I've got plenty of biscuits and cake and tea with me, as I always do when I come. Lola, I thought it'd be good for people who are going to be watching this about what it was like for our members who came from the Caribbean and West Africa all those years ago. So Lola, for those who don't know, whereabouts was you born?
I was born in Manchester, Jamaica, the 12th of the 3rd, 1941. I came here in 1960.
1960. And what was it like then to come from Manchester, obviously not Manchester, England,
No,
but Manchester, Jamaica. What was it like for you to come in 1960?
It was cold.
Cold?
It was cold, coming from the hot weather and come to a cold country. But it was okay.
And was that, you moved to London
Yes,
in the 60s?
in the 60s, my aunt sent for me.
And did you come with children?
No. I got married here in 1962.
So you had 2 years on your own of enjoying life and things like that.
Working all over the place. I used to do evening chocolates for Christmas.
Wow, okay, yeah.
Yes.
So you're a good contact to have for Christmas then, we can contact you.
Yes. And then I went into chocolate factory in Wood Green. I worked there for a while and I didn't like it. So I went into the catering.
Wonderful. And was that working in the kitchen, in restaurants?
No. I went to college in Southgate just to do the basic because West Indian don't cook like English. So you have to do the basic to go into catering. And I did the basic, like doing different sauces, how this go with that, and fish and things like that. And I went into the big catering company after I finished the college. I worked for Compass Catering. And that's where I met a lot of famous people.
So what kind of famous people did you meet then?
Roger Moore. I met Roger Moore.
What, the famous W07?
Yes, I met Roger Moore. He was doing a film on the barge, down the barge. That is in South London. And then I just went around doing catering here and there. I was on mobile. I wasn't a permanent chef because it's boring being permanent. So I went and do mobile catering. So that's how I managed to cook for the Queen.
So you cooked for Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth
Yes.
II. What was that like?
It was fantastic. She was upstairs at Whitehall and I was doing the cooking downstairs. And we were dancing because we're cooking for the Queen.
That really big excitement that you cooked for the Queen.
I didn't know what to do with myself because I'm cooking for the Queen.
Yeah.
My big excitement.
And did you shake the Queen's hand?
No, I didn't see the Queen because she upstairs in the private dining room. You can't. I didn't see the Queen. But then that's how I met Prince Charles. I cooked for him at BMA. He's the what you call it for the BMA. He's the president of the BMA.
Wonderful.
And he sent the secretary, the waitress, and one of his bodyguard for me.
Because you cooked something incredible for him.
Yes, he enjoyed his lunch so much. He said, I have to meet the chef. And they said, it's a black lady. And he sent for me upstairs.
That, for me, Lola, is a wonderful thing.
Yes, it was the best experience of my life, of all my catering, to cook for Prince Charles.
Yeah, who's now the king.
And now the king, he enjoyed his lunch so much. He sent for me downstairs.
Now, I believe that you had, so you've met the Queen and you've met Prince Charles, now the King, but you had a kiss from somebody else
Yes,
in the royal
Prince Michael of Kent.
Prince Michael of Kent.
Kent.
And am I right in thinking that when he kissed you, you didn't want to have a shower?
For a week I wouldn't wash my face. I could not wash my face, and he shake my hand. Well, I had to wash my hand. I had to wash my hand, but I could not.
Yeah.
This part of my face was famous.
Yeah.
And
I wondered as well, Lola, when you said that you went over to, somebody said to Prince Charles then that it was a black lady that cooked.
Yes, a black lady cooked.
How was he? How was he? Very welcoming, inclusive.
He was so welcoming. He could not believe it. He shook my hand. Well done, well done. It was such a wonderful meal. He enjoyed his meal, and Prince Michael said, "If I continue cooking like this, he'll get fat." He'll get fat because he asks for extra.
Well, that is a compliment indeed, isn't it? That
Yeah,
Prince
it is.
Charles
Yes.
actually asked for more,
Yes.
for seconds. And, you know, I wondered as well, Lola, because you see a lot with the news, you hear things about, you know, with the royal family and with colonialism and things like that. And you said about that when you were so excited to see the royal family.
Yes, especially Prince Charles.
Are you a bit of a royalist then in that sense?
Not really.
But you was excited to
I
see.
was excited. Later on, I don't know. I'm royalist. I love the Queen.
Yeah.
I love Prince Charles.
Yeah.
Yes, I love them all.
Because it's interesting when you see it in the news about what the royal family means to different people, and some are maybe
yes.
not royalists, but equally that, for me, to hear that of who you cooked for and how welcoming he
That
was.
was my best journey. It's my best journey in this country.
Yeah.
I don't care what else I do.
Yeah.
The Queen,
Yeah.
Prince Charles, Prince Michael of Kent. That is top of the list.
Yeah.
I am so proud of myself.
You're so proud, and we're proud of you as well, Lola, because you come in the 1960s.
Yes.
You've come from, you know, with Jamaica, Manchester.
Yes.
You've come in the 60s. You've cooked for people. You've started off doing chocolate and
Yes.
worked your way up into the catering.
catering.
But I wondered, Lola, when you first came, this is something that we are never proud of in this country. What was it like for you to come from the Caribbean to London? Was you made to feel welcome? There must have been some kinds of discrimination there.
I never met any.
You never met any?
No, just St. Paul's.
St. Paul's Cathedral?
Yes, when the first time I went there is when Miss Jamaica won the Miss World title. And they have a welcoming party at St. Paul's for her. But we had to sit separate. We couldn't sit with the white people. We have to sit over into a corner.
And this is in St.
Paul's Cathedral.
Christopher Wren's building.
Yes.
And this is happening.
Yes.
And there was am I right in thinking that there was a sign as well that said something as well that said about where people sat?
Yes. Yes. We couldn't sit with the white people.
How did that make you feel?
I felt sad because it's a church. This is Christianity.
All are welcome and
welcome and things like that.
So you went away from St. Paul's
Feeling sad.
not welcomed or accepted, all because of your colour of your skin.
And it was a black girl that won the Miss World. Mixed race.
Wow, okay.
Yes, it was a black girl win the Miss World title for Jamaica 1960. And 1963, I think, she won the Miss World.
Because sometimes we're quite, we as the UK, are very selective on our news.
Yes.
And we always say the 60s.
They always do.
Yeah, in the 60s, it's always, like that was with Martin Luther King Jr. in America.
Yeah.
And that was America and where you
That's where
couldn't get on the bus. But actually it was happening over here as well, wasn't it?
Of course, it was happening here. This country is so racist in many ways that we were lucky that we could go to certain jobs and do it.
Yeah.
We didn't expect Prince Charles to call us upstairs because he heard that he's a black person downstairs.
Yeah.
The
And
same goes for Prince Michael of Kent. I am a black chef,
yeah.
and the food is the nicest he ever tasted.
And that's quite powerful, isn't it? Of
Yes.
somebody on the top
Yes,
saying to somebody at the kitchen to
Yeah,
come up and to
come
greet
up
the person.
and shake my hand, kiss me on my jaw. I still love my jaw.
So you went to St Paul's, you came back, and did you find another church after St Paul's? I mean, did you?
I went to the Queen's Church, you know. I went to with the church.
Yeah.
I went to, is it Balmoral, the Queen's Church, where the wedding, this funeral was there last.
Oh yes,
I
yeah,
went there.
yeah. Westminster.
Westminster Abbey. I went to Westminster Abbey
Wonderful. You went there.
with the church,
Yeah.
with Middle Lane Church.
And here you are at Middle Lane. When did you come to Middle Lane?
I came up here 1980.
1980.
In 1980, I joined Middle Lane Church.
And how was you made to feel welcomed?
Well, the minister was fantastic. David was the best minister we ever got.
No competition then.
No competition. David was the best minister. Oh my God, he welcomed us so well and things like that. And Middle Lane, we are sisters. Each and every one of us love each other. There was no prejudice there, apart from one lady, but I won't mention her name.
That's good. But God knows, and that's the main thing.
That's right.
And I think it's incredible what you've shared with us, Lola, that a story just for members to get to know more about you of in the 1960s, travelling over here, and the discrimination that you got in places of worship, but then coming to Middle Lane to feel welcome. As we're in October, it's Black History Month. How important do you feel Black History Month is?
Well, we didn't get far. We're still far behind in racism. Around the four corners of the world, really.
Yeah.
Racism is still high on the list because certain part of Africa, certain part of this country, you cannot go up Highgate and buy a house as a black person.
Yeah.
There's certain, and not even across the road. You can't go there. So racism is here, rich or poor, no matter who you are, racism is still around.
Yeah, and sometimes we seem to just brush it under the
carpet
and
just
forget
sweep
about
it.
it.
And forget about it, but it isn't.
Which we saw that in the Euro final, you know,
Yes.
when those players missed those penalties and, you know, straight away there was racially abuse
Oh
on Twitter.
my God! I could not play football because I have a bad temper, and I will shout and get angry
Yeah,
because we are all God's people.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
God created black and white, black and white. So I don't take racism as it should be. I just ignore the ignorant people because I think they are ignorant and they don't know better.
Yeah.
And things like that, you know. But
And just final one, real. How can Middle Lane, you know, we've when we look in our sanctuary, in our church on a Sunday, we've got loads of, we really are mix, which is wonderful. We have Caribbean members, we have West African.
It's a mixed church.
And we have white British members, and recently we've had some people come from Sri Lanka. And what those who are watching this, and you've shared your history, what would you want Middle Lane to do?
No more, no change.
No change.
No change. It's fantastic.
So we're all doing our bit. We're embracing the
Middle
people
Lane.
around.
I wouldn't change Middle Lane for nothing.
That's really good to hear.
I wouldn't. I've been going there. My children grew up in Middle Lane. They baptized in Middle Lane. I'm not baptized, but I've been there and I love it.
Yeah.
I take part. I do my bit. And everybody take part, especially when it comes to Harvest Sunday. We all bring and share a dish.
Yeah.
and it's nice. It's wonderful.
It's a great spread.
Yes, we sit and spread and talk and get to know each other. A strange one come, they feel welcome at Middle Lane.
And that's a good thing about Middle Lane. I picked that
Middle
up.
Lane
Yeah.
is the best church in England.
Yeah, well, that's great. And
It's the best church in
and just for
England.
those listening, I didn't pay Lola to say that.
No.
But I think that's in a way that is what is good about Middle Lane, where you go in and you see Middle Lane and Middle Lane people, but yet you go to some churches, and even so in our circuit, and well, even if you're not Ghanaian or if you're not one person, but actually you come to Middle Lane and it's Middle Lane.
Middle Lane,
and I think that's a good thing.
And welcome you into the church and things like that. I would not change Middle Lane for nothing. The best church in this country.
That is wonderful to hear. And
Yes.
for Lola, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
inviting me to your home and sharing your story to everybody. And I hope those at Middle Lane who are watching this, that it will inspire you to know that actually that you are loved for who you are and that you can make a huge difference. So Lola, on behalf of all of us at Middle Lane, thank you.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome, Matt.